Shalom. We give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bashem, Yahushai, Bashem, Rakakadash. Double honors to the elders, bishops, and apostles of Great Millstone. Every well and peace and salutations to the hopeful elect of the children of Israel, whether here in Babylon or living abroad, okay, that are of the 12 tribes, people of Negro, Latino, Native American, or Seminole Indian descent. All right. I did a search, and I was overwhelmed with it. Like, I did a search on those that don't believe that God, I use God, that God don't support slavery. Man, oh man, oh man. And all the people that were making videos and posting them saying it, that their God don't support slavery. Hold on. It's an amazing video the Apostle Tahar put up the other day as well on the same matter, going back to the ancient world. And amazing video, beautiful video. Hold on. Okay, it says this here, and I'm gonna let this video play because it's going somewhere with this, and this is the state of mind that the mass majority of our people are in. That, you know, they want reparations. I wish the Dave Chappelle skit, where black folks got reparations, and the foolish things they were doing with the money. One guy on the skit honked the horn on his truck. Yeah, I'm not going to work. I just bought a whole truckload of Newports or something like that. Boy, I said, I'm rich, bitch. And that's literal. Hold on. Let me find the scripture first. And that's literally what these niggas gonna do, man. Just spend it foolishly. Which, it's all good, for the fact that this place is going to be destroyed anyway, right along with the unfaithful and the children of disobedience and so on. Hold on. Okay, give me a second. Okay, here we go. Hope I spelled it right. 2 scriptures. Oh, it's 3 of them. But against him that is a niggard of his. Oh, okay. After all this time, I forgot all about that one. A wicked eye envieth his bread, and he is a niggard at his table. Okay, but this is the one I wanted. Ecclesiastes, Sirach 14:3. Riches are not commonly for a niggard. And what should an envious man do with money? Being the first time with the highways and the byways, is one of them scriptures that was coming out every day. Every time we hit the streets, man, that scripture was coming out. But there's a reason why it was coming out. Now that I think about it, I mean, I figured it out years ago, but there's a reason why it was coming out. I kind of. Okay, so let me get to this video, and that's real. A niggard. You give a niggard some money, man. You see them riding around in an old police car with 40-inch rims on the motherfucker. You know, painted up like um, a bag of Skittles or a box of Fruit Loop cereal. I wonder if that stupid ass trend is still going around. If these reprobates are still um, giving these Edomites, because that's who own those companies, those Edomites, free publicity. But anyway, let me play this. Because this is part of that 2/3 fight, which again it isn't of Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai. It isn't of our power. For us to receive reparations on this side. You know, our reparations is going to come in the form of what the Lord said it was going to come in the form of. Goodness Christ. Hold on. Good scripture that comes to mind. The precept, if his work is not of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, then his work will come to naught. Perfect scripture that comes to mind. And I kind of believe this, that in some way, it may not, but it's just me using my spiritual thinking, spiritual eyes, that they might just end up in certain states giving reparations, but to receive those reparations, you're gonna have to line up and offer your hand to get that cosmetic surgery, that implant. Cosmetic surgery. That's pretty much what it is. It's a form of cosmetic surgery. It's turning you into further turning you into a what's it called? Uh, Not transhumanism. Um, for some reason I can't figure it out right now. Well, you know, um, an android. What's it called? What you call what an individual is a combination of both a robot and human. I don't know why it's escaping me right now, but it is. But hold on a second. Hold on. But I personally believe that it's going to come that way. And, may not be the whole country, all of Babylon, but it might be all of them. It might turn into all of Babylon. You never know, man. The way things is turning out, the way things looks like it's headed, that, this devil he's trickery, man. He's, as the serpent is described in the book, you know, as he described in the beginning. A slick piece of shit. A slick, slimy piece of shit, man. And he's gonna come at all angles. That's just what I believe, man. then ultimately it's going to get to the point where you get it, or you just locked out of society, and that's how it's going to get. No man might buy or sell. But anyway, this fighting for reparations isn't our fight. It's not our fight, man. But if this devil wants to give it now, we will take it. I can use a new car, especially get up and down this goddamn highway, man. It's good to have something reliable, you know. And I don't get on planes, and I'll be damn, I don't get on planes. So if I was to drive long distance, I'm driving. I just don't do that plane shit, man. For I don't give it. Hold on. Okay. Anyway, so let me click this play. Cause this again, man. You know, to listen to this. And here, let me play it.
A Republican, actually a bunch of them, about 14 total. They hate a Republican, actually a bunch of them, about
a Republican, especially a bunch of them, a Republican. That's a psyop. How these people are. Jake has been psychologically, literally, excuse my language, but Jake has literally been psychologically fucked in the head, man. They've been psychologically screwed in the head to actually think that there's the fight must continue and that they have a chance. Like the Democrats feel any different. And let me tell you something, that it's the Democrats and the Republicans, man. They all in that state of mind. All of them in that state of mind. That's why you don't see them devils fighting up front, fighting for you to get reparations. If there's so much for you, getting reparations, you got you have fools like this that's made it a part of his show, and and a lot of other uh, black freedom fighters. In fact, black civil rights, those that are part of the black civil rights movement. They want you to continue on believing that there's a chance. Unfortunately, that both sides, all parties, man, are can care less about lifting up our people, the tribes. And that's the realization you need to come to. But unfortunately, the mass majority of you are not going to come to it. So you're going to continue on in this vain fight. Pretty much what vain is worthless means. Here, let me do that before I continue on. I know vanity um, is useless, pretty much empty. Let me grab this here. That's pretty much what we're up. What you're up against. Just grab this here. I just went into some of this just yesterday. I think it was yesterday. Way time is flying now, man. Listen to so many videos, and I have this problem every day. Listen to so many videos of the brothers that it feels like I made a video, and I be saying to myself, did I make a video? And I get faced with that every day. But it's all good. Let me get to Ecclesiastes. Come on, baby. Vain. Here we go. Who knoweth what is good for man in this life, all the days of his vain life. Brings no more Galatians essence. Vain. This vain life. I'm going to hit vanity up as well. Vapor, breath, vapor, vanity, vanity. Emptiness or vanity. Figuratively, something transitory and unsatisfactory. Same as vanity. As you see here. Hold on. What's the Hebrew word for
Strong's H, 1892. Hevel.
Okay, let me hit vanity. Let me hit vanity. It's the same in meaning. It's the same meaning. I don't know if it's the same word, though, in the Hebrew. All the works of man, that's a specific precept that I'm looking for. Vanity of vanities, saith the preacher, vanity of all vanity, all is vanity. I have seen all the works. That's the one I was thinking of. Okay, but let me hit the one and two. The words of the preacher, the son of David, king of Jerusalem, vanity of vanities, said the preacher, vanity of vanities, all is vanity. For a prophet hath a man of all his labor which he taketh under the sun. One generation passeth away, and another generation is coming, but the earth abideth forever. The sun also ariseth, and the sun goeth down, and hasteneth to his place where he arose. The wind goeth toward the south, and turneth unto the north. It whirleth about continually, and the wind returneth again according to its circuits. All the rivers run in the sea, yet the sea is not full. Unto the place from whence the rivers come, thither they return again. All things are full of labor, man cannot utter it. The eye is not satisfied with seeing, nor the ear filled with hearing. So I want the script. Let me just get to the free set. It's 14. It's down to 14. I've seen all the works. Here, hit that works. Because with them, the freedom fighters fighting for reparation. The works. Deed, work, deed, thing done, act, work, labor, business, pursuit. Okay. Undertaking, an enterprise, achievement, deed, work of deliverance, and judgment, work, thing made, work of the Most High, product. Okay, so it would be considered works, them fighting for reparation. I have seen all the works that are done under the sun, and behold, all is vanity. All is vanity, empty. It's pretty much worthless, man. Is it the same word? Yeah, same word.
Strong's H, 1892. Hevel.
I hate the sound of them raps, man. Okay. Same, emptiness. Unsatisfactory. Okay. About 14 total. Didn't mean to push. They hate black folks so much that they are willing to sponsor a bill that if a state, a county, or even a municipality, if they give a penny of money to black people. They give a penny of money to black people. Oh my goodness. Okay, okay. I'm getting harassed by a cat. second.
In the guise or under the guise of reparations, it should eliminate all federal funding from ever coming to that entire state forever. Put up the picture. I mean, that's some hate. Texas Republicans in the House are not simply threatening the loss of federal funding for lawmakers who support reparations for Black residents. They have now introduced a bill to do just that.
Yes, and you're surprised. You know, only a fool would be surprised. But then again, you know, it's this. You know, to know the truth, man, it's not meant for everybody. Unfortunately, it's not meant for everyone. You know, the fact that these Edomites, man, there are no good ones. You know, it doesn't matter what party they comes under. They come from under. You know, there's no good ones. Unfortunately, there's no good ones, and there damn sure ain't gonna be just one or two that's gonna be hand to hand with us in the kingdom, man. That's nonsense. You know, and these people are showing who they are to this day. You know, just the video I put up the other day where they're as far as the voting rights is concerned. Man, come on, man, be serious. Man, you niggas need to give up on this place, man, and let it go. You need to let this place go, but you're not until Yahweh Shai do his wonders on this place, man. His strange work when he start to do his strange work on this place. Then you're gonna lose all hope. Then. And here we are. We're giving you that message, and we're giving you the real, man. And there's not going to be any, and that's in their minds. What if you're wrong? What if they're wrong? Man, come on. No, we're not wrong, and that would make Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai a liar, man. Because this is the scriptures, baby, where we come from. We're coming in the spirit of prophecy. He's not a man to lie. He's about to destroy this place, man. So y'all need to let it go. Let it go. This place is a medical terms. I use all the time. Let me look it up. Circling the drain. That's when, the doctor's already, agree. They all agree that there's no saving this person. So. Circling. Circling the drain is a common, often cynical piece of medical slang used to describe a patient whose health is rapidly and irreversibly deteriorating, indicating they are very near death. I've actually watched this happen, and recently, indicating near death. It signifies a patient in terminal decline who is likely to pass away soon despite treatment. And this is Babylon. Babylon is circling the drain, meaning it indicates a patient or failing, deteriorating quickly and has a very low chance of survival. The origin of the phrase is often used by hospital staff to describe terminal patients in a state of final slow decline, sometimes abbreviated as CTD, circling the drain. Contact is considered a unprofessional. I said it to when I used to go to doctors years. Last time I've been was probably 10, 12 years ago. It was that long ago, man. And I actually was messing with her, and I asked her my CTD. She looked at me and started laughing. It is considered unprofessional, dark humor used internally by staff rather than with patients or family members. Usage it can also be used in non-medical context to describe a project, company, or situation that is in a brink of failure. And this is Babylon. This is your precious America, nigga. You niggas, this is your precious America. You know, I had my great great grandmother. You know, her name was America. Her name, my great great grandmother on my mom's side, her name was America, man. I remember meeting her too. And when I met her, she was already over 100 years old. She was like I think when I first met her, from my memory, from me being conscious, that's my great great grandmother. That she was 103 at the time. That's crazy. That was a long time ago. My mom's mom. My mom's mom's mom. My mom's mom. Great, my great grandmother. Crumbling. Anyway, and this is our precious America, man. But anyway, having fun with this.
A republic.
You're not going to receive, but according to prophecy, which, man, this is what we waiting for. You know, this is what we waiting for. And as apostle to always stress that we gonna have fun in the kingdom, and we are, man. Especially when it comes to these women. Let me get a scripture. Let me get this scripture. Let me look it up first. Let me do it this way. Oh man, this scripture goes. Oh man, it resonates like beautifully. This is what y'all have to understand. Okay, this is what we're waiting for. Ask of me. Okay, so we're not going to Congress and the Senate, and we're not going to these wicked ass government officials and asking them for reparations. We're praying to our power, man. We're praying to the only true power. Ask of me, and I shall give thee the heathen for thine inheritance, and the uttermost parts of the earth for thy possession. Now imagine that, having heathens, having slaves, and having land beyond, having more land beyond your comprehension, man. Having more slaves beyond your comprehension, man. This is what we're waiting for, not no goddamn reparations, man. Let me hit it in another one. Let me see what it gives us. What kind of meat it gives us. Apparently, it must be meat because a lot of motherfuckers can't understand it. Only ask, and I will give you the nations as your inheritance, the whole earth as your possession. And this is what's given. This is what's going to be given to the elect of the Lord's people, man. The elect Israelites. The elect Israelites, that remnant saved Israelites. Who you will break them with iron rod, and smash them like clay pots. That's power, and not just having our way with the women of the planet, but man, because that's just pleasure beyond comprehension, man. Like I said before, but imagine having power with it, man. Israelites, Yahshua, you're Prince of the Most High, Prince of Power, Prince of Power, man. Whoo! I'm not getting any more scriptures. It's not even necessary. Reparations, reparations. This man already know he's done wrong, but he's going to be in denial. Which brings to mind that UN vote where they've all voted, besides Israel, the U.S. and who was it? There's one other. I think it was one of them Latin states that's controlled by small hats. You know, that they declared the transatlantic slave trade one of the worst thing that ever happened to a nation of people on the planet Earth ever in history. You know, come on. That's the spirit that's bringing that to light, man. Because something's coming. You know, you just pay attention to what the spirit speaks sometimes. And there's a reason why. There's something's coming, man. Something beautiful, something great is coming. You know? Should I get one more? Yeah, I'll get one more. There's so many of them. Besides Psalms 149, besides Revelation 13 and 9. 9, Revelation 13, 9 and 10. He that leadeth into captivity shall go into captivity. He that killeth with the sword must be killed with the sword. Here is the patience and the faith of the saints. Okay? Let me get another one here. One more and I'm out of here. Ooh. Revelation, Isaiah 24. I wanted the KJV first. And it shall come to pass in that day that the Lord Yahweh shall punish the hosts of the high ones that are on high, and the kings of the earth upon the earth, and the kings of the earth upon the earth. That's that 149. That's Psalms 149. You know, they're going to be the first batch of slaves, man. Them, their kindred and loved ones. Imagine that. And they shall be gathered together as prisoners are gathered in the pit, and shall be shut up in the prison, and after many days shall they be visited. This is what we're waiting for. Not waiting for no goddamn reparations, man. I wouldn't dare put my hopes in some reparations. Niggas probably, you know, stop paying their bills and in the hope of getting reparations. In that day, the Lord will punish the gods in the heavens and the proud rulers of the nations on earth. They will be rounded up and put in prison. They will be shut up in prison and will finally be punished. And this is what's coming, man. This is the Lord's word. You know, so this is the Lord's word, man. So it will happen in that day that the Lord Yahweh Bashem Yahushua will visit and punish the hosts, fallen angels, what? Of heaven on high, and the kings of the earth on the earth. They will be gathered together as prisoners are gathered in a dungeon. They will be shut up in prison, and after many days they will be visited and punished. Who knows how long we're going to be up in those chariots, Lord willing, on one of those. Who knows how long we're going to be up in those massive chariot with the Lord, man. UFO in the sky, man. Who knows how long. And when we come down, where we're going to come down at, you know. And so, because there's going to be a point that we're going to come down, and it's going to have to be somewhere where it's going to be beautiful, you know. And there's plenty of places like that on the earth, man, right now. That's, for example, like in Russia, you know, the forests of Russia and Brazil and the rainforests, and man, come on, there's plenty of places. Madagascar, you know, there's plenty of places. You never know. You never know. But anyway, hope you're ready to fight till next time. We're willing. Shalom.